Hello, welcome to my channel. Thanks for stopping by. This is Adani back with another reading. Hope you're doing well. If it's your first time on my channel, please do like, share, and subscribe. Join the tribe. Yes. This is a general reading. I've been gone for a minute. I went on vacation, took some time off to reboot, regenerate, revitalize myself, and relax. And, it was wonderful. It was wonderful. So I'm now back. And let's see what messages Spirit has for us today. All right. Divine Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective today? What do you need us to know? May only the most accurate messages come through for your highest good and the highest good of all. For our highest good and the highest good of all. And so it is. Ooh, cards are slippery. They've been cleansed. Okay, Spirit. Surround myself with divine protection as I do this reading. I surround this channel with protection. I surround my collective with protection. All negativity, we send it back. Times 3, so more to be. King of Swords. The Last Judgment. That's the Judgment card. Queen of Cups. I feel like I'm speaking to someone who is at a place in your life where you are contemplating your next move, your next you're contemplating your next phase in life. Like there's something you want to, you're trying to change and revisit and a do-over. It's like, because with the Judgment card is like you're being called to the time is now for you to do something, okay? This is the time where you're analyzing and checking like what you have in your possession right now and what you're trying to obtain, okay? You could be trying to contemplate like your next project, what you want to do, what you're trying to put out, because it's like you are desiring a change in your life. You're desiring to make something pretty much out of nothing. You want to create something. And you're trying to be, very intentional about it, not seeing things the way, you normally see it. It's like you're trying to see things, doing some type of critical thinking, because with the Hangman, you see this person is hanging upside down, but they're also still in that thought position. King of Swords, holding feather in that thought position. What can I do with what I have? The knowledge I possess. There's something within you that you are trying to figure out, like which direction to go, okay? I get that very strongly for someone who is like, you're sitting on some gifts that you haven't actually utilized. It's almost like someone that has brain fog, or how you've bought so many items, or you've taken so many classes, so much training, so many things, but you haven't put it to use yet. There's all these ideas and thoughts, but not really sure of which direction, if it's going to be accepted, if it's going to be successful. You're just there, just not really taking any action. Okay? So the King of Swords is usually someone that is mental. They use their words. They communicate. They could also be someone that is expertise in something. Okay? So maybe you're considering seeking the assistance of someone that is, that specialize in something that you're trying to do. But I'm getting that very strongly for someone. The trumpet has been drawn for you to, get busy on something. With the Queen of Cups, she uses her intuition, her psychic powers. She moves with her heart. And the King of Swords moves with his mind. So it's almost like you might need to make a head over heart decision. But it's definitely something that is unusual and, something that is not like the normal way of doing something, but it's actually going to work for you if you were to take that chance with it. Okay? So I'm getting that for someone. That message just dropped. You could be at a place where you're trying to, put things together and create something. And the time is now because the judgment call has been, you're called to judgment. You could be feeling convicted, like, I know I need to take action on something, but I'm not sure the first step I should take. I'm not sure which way to go. Okay? Spirit wants you to see things, just if you've been doing it one way, you need to do it a different way. Because even if the hangman is suspended upside down, they're enlightened. And I'm drawn to the stars and the moon here. So this could have something to do with astrology. Maybe you need to look at certain planets in your birth chart to see, like the second house, your house of finances, what's going on there, your north node, what's going on there, which house it's in, which planet is working there, so you know which direction your soul wants to go to. Okay? All right, so that message is there. And I'm also getting for someone that has been feeling like stuck and like things are not moving in their life. There could be someone that's feeling like they can't move forward. And this is someone that has been like in deep thought about you, okay? So there could be someone thinking very strongly about you at this time. They want to come back in, but they're not sure how they can do that, okay? They're not sure how they can do that. The judgment call. They want to bring your friendship, your relationship back to life after a period of where it's been on pause, it's been on hold. This could have been something like a high, y'all were in a stronger commitment. This could be a spouse, a divorce, someone you divorced. I'm getting that for someone that there could be someone that is trying to come towards you with the Chariot card. And not really sure how you're going to receive them, okay? But for a few of you, you're actually, you will be open to this person coming in. Because as they're thinking about you, you're thinking about them. So you all are mirroring each other's thoughts. That person could be a air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, or Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. Or you could be a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Strong Pisces, okay? So you could have someone thinking about you right now. And then if you find yourself thinking about that person, that just means that, you know, you're feeling their thoughts, okay? You're feeling their thoughts. They're planning how they can come towards you. Right now, could be some types of delays with communication or any movement, but you know, things are going to start moving very soon. We are in Gemini season, so there's a strong Gemini energy. And when Cancer season comes, you could see or hear from this person, okay? That's for someone that this could have something to do with a relationship. Because I do see, I mean, it's clear, two people that are thinking about each other at this time. Maybe there's something that needs to be revisited for you all to have some type of closure, okay? Let's get some history on this relationship or whatever that's going on. Cycle repeat. So, like I said, it could be someone that, you know, wants to revisit this situation again with you. They feel very like, they feel like it's something that they haven't been able to move forward from, okay? She's on a subway in deep thought. Same type of contemplation, you know. So if you find yourself thinking about someone, it's because they're thinking about you at this time. They could be, they're on their way to you and they want to repeat a cycle. It says stuck loop, different day, same drama. This person is still stuck. They haven't been able to move forward from you, okay? They haven't been able to move forward, and if it's you, then you haven't been able to move forward. There's a cycle that needs to repeat itself. We have love me and leave me. So a back and forth feeling. So this has been a situation where maybe this person, you know, had a habit of leaving you, loving you, then leaving you in some type of way. You know, maybe starting drama and then you all break up and they're out the door, but it's not over yet. This person is thinking about you very deeply. Maybe there's harboring fears of like approaching you because they're not sure how you're going to receive it, you know, because this says unsent messages. It says what was never said, holding back, drafted and erased. So this person might have, you know, tried to reach out, but they didn't have the courage to do that because they weren't sure how you're going to receive it. They probably tried to reach out. They probably typed up a whole message and just left it on draft or deleted it. It just was never sent. Okay. King of Swords is someone that does, you know, that's communication right there. You know, so this person, feathers back in the day, they used to use it as a writing tool. They used to dip it in ink and write. So, you know, just thinking about what they can say to you because they know that whatever they did was not right, okay? So that could be for someone here. You could be hearing from someone very soon. This person is trying to build up enough courage to reach out to you in some type of way. It could be a phone call, it could be a text message, it could be an actual visit. If they know where you live or if they know where you work, they could probably try to place themselves strategically in your path so you all run into each other. You could meet them at some type of like if you have mutual friends, or go to the same type of places, coffee shops, clubs, parties, whatever. You could run into this person very soon. Okay? Because she's sitting in front of a bottle of wine, a glass of wine, candlelight. Maybe you're leaving your light on for this person. It's given like a weight and energy, because you know this person always comes back. They always find their way back to you. You know, you could be in this energy where, you just feel like you can't move on. You could be just holding yourself back, you know, because I never advise waiting for people, but your heart is still connected with this person. So that's for someone. That's for someone. They still love you too. They can't get you out of their mind, but they do need to change some of their behaviors. You know, they need to stop keeping you hanging on and stringing you along, okay? And treating you unfairly with the Justice card. Libra energy, Cancer energy here, Scorpio, Pisces, Gemini. Could be any sign, but those are very strong. Okay? So that's the message. There could be someone trying to repeat another cycle with you again. And you just have to use your discernment, like the Queen of Cups, and understand or decide if this is something that you want to go down that rabbit hole again. And let this person, I don't know if they're a time waster. Right now, maybe you need to use your mind, your wisdom, make a head over heart decision. So you usually go with your heart as the Queen of Cups, but now you might need to go with what's black and white, the pros and the cons. Have that conversation. If you know that it doesn't add up, then it doesn't add up. This person is wasting your time, and just move on to something better. Okay? So that's what I got. For some of you, it is some type of something you're trying to take maybe you're trying to decide on a new place to live or whether to move. Maybe you traveled and you visited a place and you actually like it, and you're trying to decide if you should, move over there, start a new life, because I'm drawn to this globe and her suitcases are here. Maybe this place, when you went there, you felt a connection there. You could have met someone there, and you're trying to decide if you should, move. Maybe the energy was good. The people, the vibes of the people that, you met, the places you went, the type of people you were meeting, the waiters, the waitresses, the stores, everybody had a different type of energy that was very like, comfortable and exciting to you, versus from where you come from, where you live, where people, are usually rude and, don't speak to each other, and, you just don't like the energy. So I could be speaking to someone who is thinking about, a change, a major change of location. Maybe it's more nature, where you visited, you can have a connection with trees. You just feel like it's a magical place that you might want to consider, relocating and starting your life there, and you're thinking about it, okay? So That's what I got. This might not resonate with everybody, but whoever the messages were for, comment down below. Let me know. All right. Much love. Many blessings. Bye-bye.